General, the Destroyer, coming back again. Now, this time, I'm going to do a Motorstorm RC review, okay? In-depth. I want y'all guys, you know, there's no bias here, none of that shit. Now, I know you guys say, why do you like Motorstorm so much? Why do you like Wipeout so much? Let me tell you something. I'm always like these games. I was a big fan of Wipeout back on the PS1 days. It was awesome. I think I even had it for the Sega Saturn. I'm not correct. I played it on the Sega Saturn. I think it was Sega Saturn. I don't even fucking remember. But I've always liked the Wipeout games, okay? I bought the HD version on the PS3 when it came in the PSN store. I bought the Fury pack, all that shit. I've always loved Wipeout. Motorstorm was also a new franchise that just caught me by surprise. You know, it launched with the PS3. When I first seen Motorstorm, that was the game that made me get the PS3. Now, I've always liked those games. But recently, I've learned, these past year and a half, 2 years, I've learned that I've learned about these developers that make these games, Evolution Studios and Studio Liverpool. I've learned something about these guys that makes me respect their games much more. These guys are very, very passionate about their games. I follow them on Twitter. You guys can go follow them. Check them out. I mean, these guys, you can tell they work very hard. They listen to their fans. They take your feedback. These guys are not like these other developers that just make shit and say, you're going to fucking eat a bowl of shit. And if you don't like the bowl of shit, too fucking bad. No. These guys from Evolution, these guys from Studio Liverpool, these guys want your feedback. These guys like to satisfy their fans. They deserve all the fucking praise. You know, their games are awesome, and I see the way they are, and that's why I fucking give them props all the fucking time. Now, I'm going to give you this Motorstorm RC review straight up. You know, no holds barred. I'm going to tell you what I like, what I don't like. Now, off the bat, one of the biggest things I have with the Motorstorm RC is the fact of loading. When you first boot up the game, it takes a while to load. That's like a loading thing. But Wipeout 2048 had a similar problem, and Studio Liverpool patched that up. So, maybe Motorstorm, maybe Evolution can patch it up. Maybe they can't. I don't know. But it's still not a deal breaker. You know, that's the only thing. The loading takes a little long. But after it loads up and boots up, pretty much the transition from picking a car to picking a track to picking the challenge is pretty much flawless. There's pretty much no fucking load time whatsoever. So I could see why the load time in the beginning when you first boot up the game is so heavy, you know. But other than that, the game is cheap, okay? It's a $10 game. $10 game. What do you expect out of a $10 game? You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. This game blows my expectations on what you expect from a $10 motherfucking game. I can tell you that much right now. These fucking $10 are going to be the best $10 you've ever fucking spent in a video game, okay? First of all, any fan of the Pro Race AM, the old school NES RC game, Micro Machines, you guys are in for a treat. You remember that good old-fashioned just gameplay that was back then? Motorstorm RC does that, but it does it with next generation visuals, next generation. Now, I'm going to explain to you what it is. The gameplay is just so fucking addicting. You control with the gas is the R1, I mean the right analog stick, and you turn with the left analog stick. That's it. But it's about the execution, about how you take your turns, how fast you take your turns, the angle of the turns, the drifting. That's what this game's all about. It is all about gameplay. For those of you guys that say graphics don't matter, this don't matter, it's all about the gameplay, you're going to be very surprised because Motorstorm RC screams gameplay. The gameplay in this game is so fucking awesome. Simple, but awesome and very challenging to get good at. Hard to master, easy to pick up is the best way I can describe it. The graphics on this are nice. What do you expect? I mean, the cars are far away. You got a far away angle. But let me tell you, the visuals are still very nice. The dirt effects. You got the background like the water in the Arctic edge. You got the desert. You're in the fucking Motorstorm Apocalypse parking lot with the lights and you know, like you have levels from Death Valley, which is the first Motorstorm, Pacific Rim, second Motorstorm, Arctic Edge, the PSP Motorstorm, and the Motorstorm Apocalypse, which is the last Motorstorm release. You got tracks from every single one of those, you know, areas, and they all look distinctive. That's what I like about it. You know, the tracks are small, but they do that on purpose. They make them small so you can memorize them and you can get better. You can, you know, find your execution and break lap times. I mean, amazing. You know, great stuff. You know, very simple. $10. What do you expect? But like I said, for $10, it's amazing. You know, you got lots of tracks. You got lots of challenges. You got a time attack thing where you have to beat a certain time. You have regular races. You have try to pass up a certain amount of vehicles in a certain amount of time. You got all kinds of vehicles with all kinds of liveries, colors. You got, it ranges from the big rig, rally car, sports truck, supercar, muscle car, buggy. You got a couple of others that I can't remember, but you even got this cake. It's like a cake. I guess it's for a celebration. You got this cake car. So, you know, you have tons of vehicles. The vehicles are not, you know, tons of colors. You got pink, purple, black, whatever the fuck you want. So you got tons of vehicles. You have lots of maps, you know, lots of tracks. You got distinctive tracks. You got awesome soundtrack made by one of the guys at Evolution, I think, actually made this. And it has a very good, catchy theme. Some dubstep, some techno. Very, very good music, you know. So for the $10 package, you're getting great content. Very, very, very addicting gameplay. Awesome cars, awesome vehicles. You know, awesome tracks. Like I said, lots of modes. You got the playground. You got great music. It's fun as fuck. This game's all about the gameplay. You know, very, very well done for $10. The multiplayer, people say, well, I don't have no fucking multiplayer. It is like a fucking multiplayer. I mean, in this thing, you beat the track, right? And it'll tell you who's on top of the leaderboard, and they'll tell you where you are on your friends before you play the level. So you try to beat that track. After you beat the level, it'll tell you, okay, you ended up here. You push leaderboards, it'll tell you where. And like you're literally seconds away from these people. So you're like, man, I can do this better. Let me fucking try to do this better. And that's what makes this game so addicting. You want to get those, you want to shave off those seconds, those milliseconds to take top spot. You know, you're like, man, I can fucking do this. And that's what makes this game so fucking addicting. The cars start off good. You know, easy to control. Let me tell you, when you unlock that fucking muscle car, big rig, especially the supercar, these motherfucking RCs fly like little rockets. You're controlling a fucking little rocket through a motherfucking track. And it's all about the fucking drifting, that fucking speed. I'm telling you, the game is fucking awesome. I'm already getting fucking pumped up just thinking about it. Very simple, very cheap. I'm sure it didn't take them long to make it, but it's a goddamn good game. It's a great fucking video game. It'll entertain you for hours upon hours. Very challenging. You want to beat your friends' records. You want to beat their time. When you beat their time, it'll automatically tell them, your friend here embarrassed you on this track. So then they try to fucking beat it. Vice versa. You can even send a challenge. Yo, I challenge you to I beat this track. I challenge you. You pick your friends list, pick whoever you want. I challenge you to beat this fucking time. You can post your time on Twitter. You got trophies, platinum trophies. This game is fucking awesome. Okay, I highly recommend Motorstorm RC. Comes out March 6th, which is literally next fucking week. $9.99 US store. Pick this shit up. You will not be disappointed. I guarantee that. Either way, thank you so much for watching the review. Peace.